I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits. I'm losing shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to dip. You choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind?
Welcome back to the Andrew Tate Show by GSMC Sports. In the first segment, we were talking about Paul George. Sorry, I'm trying to say Klay Thompson and Paul George and everybody together, and it just came out wrong. We were talking about Paul George's departure from the Los Angeles Clippers. We are moving into our second segment, but as we get into that segment, I do want to remind you once again that if you want to go to GSMCPodcast.net, you can leave a tip or a donation. That will ensure that your question or comment gets put at the top of our list, ensuring that we see it. We do like engaging with those questions during the show. So please go to GSMCPodcast.net. You can leave a tip or a donation. And now we are moving into our second departure story for the day. Give me 1 second. And after 13 remarkable seasons with the Golden State Warriors, Klay Thompson's tenure has come to an end as he moves to the Dallas Mavericks. The departure has left a significant impact on his former teammates, particularly Draymond Green and Stephen Curry. Curry expressed his deep sense of loss and adjustment during an interview, highlighting the bond and history they shared. Thompson and Curry, known as the Splash Brothers, revolutionized the game with their unparalleled three-point shooting. Their synergy on the court led to an astonishing 678 combined three-pointers in the 2015-16 season, and together they secured 4 NBA titles for the Warriors. Their partnership since 2011 set new benchmarks for the league, making them one of the most iconic duos in NBA history. The separation between Thompson and the Warriors was unforeseen. The situation escalated dramatically when Thompson unfollowed the team on Instagram, signaling a rift during contract negotiations. Steph Curry, in an interview with NBA.com, shared his perspective on the split, emphasizing that Thompson needed a change. Curry acknowledged the emotional difficulty of parting ways, but supported Thompson's decision for his personal and professional well-being. Curry expressed that despite the sadness of no longer playing together, he respects Thompson's choice and wishes him happiness in his new chapter with the Mavericks. The mutual respect and understanding between the two players underscore the strong bond they share, even as their professional paths diverge. Curry's reflections on the end of the Splash Brothers era are filled with nostalgia and respect. He hopes that Thompson finds joy and success in Dallas, while he and the Warriors adjust to a new chapter without one of their key players. The end of their partnership marks the conclusion of a significant era in Golden State Warriors history, but their contributions to the game and the memories they've created will endure. Tate, definitely the end of an era.
Absolutely.
Endings are always difficult. Transitions are always difficult, but when you've got this much history and this kind of connection, it can't be easy.
For us, our main office is in California, and GSMC stands for Golden State Media Concept. So we're our office headquarters spend a lot of time in that Bay Area, so Steph and Klay, Draymond is like an institution in Northern California. So the fact that they're splitting up it's just hard to believe. You always thought those three would finish their career as Warriors. Now that sounds kind of funny, as Warriors.
We know what you mean.
But when I look at this, I truly feel like this was the right move for Klay. I'm going to go back a little bit because I haven't talked about why I think it's a good move or talked about it since we've been out. But Klay was at the peak of his powers. They're the Splash Brothers. They're doing amazing. And then he hurts I believe it was his knee. And then right after that, he blows out his Achilles. So recovering from something like that, it's not, most people think it's a year. You're out a season and you're back. No, it sometimes takes a couple years to come back. But as an athlete, you don't have a couple of years. You got months to come back. And I felt like Klay was trying to come back, but also get back to where he was at. And you got to find your new normal. And when I watched Klay the last year or so, last 2 years or so, with the Warriors, I always looked at Klay as he's going to need 2 years, 2.5 years or so, which no one's going to give you sympathy on that, but he's going to need that much time to come back. But then when I watch him on the court, a lot of times I'm like, Klay has lost his confidence. He doesn't have the same swag on the court like he used to, and you have to be a top-notch player, you have to be mentally there. And I never thought Klay was mentally there. One, where he's worried about the injuries. Two, he's worried about, is he still old Klay Thompson? Then he's also knowing he's an older player coming up on his contract. Is it over for him? And still not playing well, but finishing nicely toward the end of last year. He was starting to finish nicely. But ultimately, when you're in that position, you're trying to get yourself back. You also know, hey, not only have I lost confidence, but you can see your teammates and the organization, mostly, you can tell the way they act that they've lost confidence in Klay. They were quick to re-sign everyone but Klay. It was you start feeling that, and instantly, once you have that feeling that you're not yourself and you're trying to find yourself, you're not the same teammate to your players that you've grown up with, and the organization is looking at you different. It's almost impossible to get all that back. It is impossible. So a lot of times, in order for him to come back, a player to come back to even resemble anything what they used to be, a fresh start is needed. And so I thought this was the right decision for Klay. Going somewhere where there's already an established superstar in Luka, an established point guard in Kyrie, and then adding him, he's a great piece for the Mavericks. And it gives him a fresh start where he's going to walk in that door and everyone is going to be excited that you're here. It's not like, oh, okay, yeah, that's Klay's here. He's not the same guy he used to be, but he's a member of the family. It's a big difference than you're the piece. When you walk in that door, you're the piece where we were missing last year. If we would have had you last year, we would have won a championship. You got experience. You're a champion. You're experienced. You're a clutch player. You're a great shooter. You're just what we need. That's a whole different view. Now, people are looking at you on a different level. So your confidence goes up. The organization is excited to have you. So your confidence goes up even more. Your new teammates are excited to have you. It's a better situation. What's best for Klay is this move right here. I don't think, even if Klay got back to 70-80% of what he used to be, but in Golden State, everyone would look at him as, you're still not Klay the Splash Brother. The organization, he's a diminishing asset. You going to a new team, you're not a diminishing asset. You are a great addition to our goal. You look at your teammates and you're that injection of energy we needed. You're now the energy instead of the reason why we are not performing well. It's a whole different move. Now, talking about Steph and Klay, like I said, it's gonna be an adjustment, Buddy, for Golden State going out and getting Buddy Hield. Buddy Hield's no Klay Thompson, even right now. I'm sorry, I'd take an old Klay over Buddy Hield. I don't think Golden State is better today than they were a couple of weeks ago when Klay left. But with that being said, I personally think if I was Golden State, it's time, with Klay leaving, maybe it's time to revamp that team. You have, and maybe go make one more run where you have Steph Curry as your focal point and put around players that complement Steph. Because, trying to recreate the Splash Brothers, it can't be done. That team is a once in a lifetime team. Draymond is older. Draymond has gotten in a lot of trouble. Draymond's one incident from being suspended indefinitely. Klay is gone. It is best to circle the wagons and re-up and try to figure out how to make another run with Steph. You can do that. Steph is such a valuable piece that you can still make a run with him, but you cannot, if Golden State is thinking they're going to go in and recreate the Splash Brothers, the time has passed. So
that's the thing with anything iconic like that. You can never fully replicate it.
Yeah, no.
You shouldn't try, because you're just trying to recreate the wheel. I mean,
yeah, no.
You have to do something new, something that is maybe just as impressive, but not the same thing, because it's never going to be the same.
Because they still have Steph. And so I would be building, I would tear that down and kind of reorganize a team strictly with Steph and taking advantage of his abilities and not even attempt to go with the whole Splash Brothers thing. I don't know if Buddy Hield's really that valuable of a piece to be added. It doesn't change their playoff contention. I give them less than a 1% chance of being in a playoff contention. I don't even see them as a play-in team. So that's kind of where I see them at. But I definitely see Dallas as a much stronger team. So.
Well, it could potentially be exciting to create something new.
Yes.
At Golden State. We'll just have to wait and see. Let's go ahead and take our second break of this episode. When we come back, talking about not necessarily a departure, but maybe potential. We're talking about Stephen A. Smith's future with ESPN. You are tuned in to the Andrew Tate Show by GSMC Sports, and we will be right back.